Hello and welcome back to Best of the Bottom of Bottom Class People Drinking Bottom Shelf Booze. I'm Justin.
Dan.
And we are here getting ready to break into one of the things we like to get things started off with. So if you have not seen this podcast before, we like to start off with a little something we like to call the... Oh, fuck, I missed. Bang-a-doom! I missed the clicky button thingy. But in this bag, we have a few random shots that we take before we get this podcast started. What I like to do is I go into the local liquor store and I'm like, hey, I need to get 6 to 12 random shots. It depends on the day. I usually do 6 or 12. They pick up whatever shots they got, and I try to keep them at the 99 cents level, and then we put them in this bag, and then we draw from them and take whatever's in here, whether it be good, bad, or whatever. And Diane, you get to go first.
Ooh, sorry, I don't think we're on the right side.
We are not on the right side. Damn it. We failed that. I'm going to draw into mine. And you got?
Deep Eddy Lemon. Yeah, Deep Eddy Lemon.
And me, I got Don Julio, which technically I kind of cheated because it's particularly shaped. It stands out among the rest. But the place I went, they had a nice little deal on the Don Julio, and they were like, oh, hey, you should get this. And it ended up being pretty cool. And I was like, yeah, sure. So I got a Don Julio. And from here on out, the whole goal of this podcast is to keep Diane from ever trying what Don Julio ever tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
That's her quest. This is her journey.
Yeah. It looks very...
it does look like a little potion is in here.
Yeah, like, I believe that could be the cure.
It automatically restores you to full health.
I believe it.
Ugh. But
I didn't know that was going to be your whole goal for like this podcast for lying.
For the entirety of Perico Productions from here on out. Mm-hmm. You shall not taste Don Julio. And to be honest, this looks like more than one shot. Does this not look like a double?
It looks like an elixir, a cure for at least 2 people, maybe.
Yeah, this is
It looks like, yeah.
You know what?
Sip on that.
I feel like this needs to be poured out into Bazonga's O'Shea.
Can I have the bottle when you're done?
Maybe.
Like, don't toss it. It's cute.
Well, I'm not going to toss the bottle. It was either going to go up on the shelf or something. With the little tiny crystal skull ones that I have.
I could put it with my knights and my dragons.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it's almost a double shot because it's got Bazonga's O'Shea pretty close to full. Cheers to Bazonga's O'Shea.
To Bazonga's O'Shea. Oh, sorry, that must have sounded horrible to Mike.
Oh, oh, you know what? This thing is my podcast is labeled wrong.
What's it labeled?
It has just Best of the Bottom podcast, and everything's capitalized the wrong way.
Oh.
What in the hell happened here? What did I do wrong? Probably everything. Oh, yep. I totally messed that up.
It was bound to happen at some point. Something was going to.
I can't ever have everything go off without a hitch. That's just the way it goes. Oh, Maverick's finally in here with the happy penguin emotes. That's right. We got emotes now. Yay! I still have a couple more emotes to make. I just haven't quite sorted them out yet. But we do have some now. It's exciting. Ooh.
I can't see the chat on this one, and then I forgot to charge my phone, so
Diane, Jesus.
I know. Well,
Christ.
I get used to sometimes I can see him, sometimes I can't see him. I never know what we're using.
All right.
This is my fault. I should always have my phone charged. I should know this by now. But I really don't.
How long have we been doing this? Jesus Christ.
I know. I forgive me. This is my fault.
Well, on with the admin stuff. We are best of the bottom or bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. We like to, what the hell was the tagline that came up earlier? It was really good and I forgot what it was.
Yeah, I know. It was really good. Believe us, it was really good.
It was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was so good. It just blew a hole through my brain. And now, you know.
I knew I should have wrote that shit down.
I have no clue.
God damn it.
Just think of the best tagline you've ever heard. And that was it.
That was it.
Sure.
It was fucking amazing. But anyways, let's get to the admin. We're best of the bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. I'm Justin.
Diane.
Yeah, I know. We introduced ourselves earlier. And you can find links to all our stuff at the pericoproductions.com. We have some merchandise there if you want to, give us a tip or whatever else. We'd appreciate that too. Keep things going. And if you're watching us on YouTube afterwards, we do it live here at twitch.tv/bottom class every Mondays at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And then you can catch up on YouTube at the Perico Productions channel. And then we also have audio versions available at bestofthebottom.podbean.com. And you can find the audio version right there. Look at that. I finally got smart and I made the thing for it. Oh, Jesus. All right. There's the admin stuff done with. Look at that. I'm almost professional. And Maverick's in here saying Diana's pure and guilt-free. And he said is that the tagline? I'm going to say no.
Thank you.
Anyways, now that we've gotten through all that stuff, what we like to do here is we have a little thing that we do as called the Florida Man. And the Florida Man is we find a headline of what a Florida, really not necessarily a Florida man, but a Florida person's has done. And we just read the headline and we improv the story of how it got there. Some of them have been really good and entertaining. Some have been not so much. Like the last one, it was too self-explanatory of a headline, but it was the only one I could find that was not depressing. And I don't want to do depressing things. So, and that's kind of the same thing here today. So on this date, I believe in 2018 or so, Florida man finds a bright green iguana in the toilet and calls 911. And I was just wanting to say, did he just call to brag or what? I don't know. Is that a euphemism? Did he have like radioactive turds that happen to fall in the shape of an iguana? I feel as though this one causes more questions than answers. But I would like to believe is, you see, this poor iguana had spent most of his life living in the sewers. And one day, as he was crawling, because the way he ended up in the sewers is a poor child was running along with his little aquarium full of iguanas. He tripped, fell, and rolled into the sewers, which was near a nuclear power plant or chemical company. And it cracked open some waste and it spilt out onto this iguana and turned him radioactive. And he gained some, let's say, the powers of sumo. And one day he got tired of living in the sewers and he started crawling out from this man's toilet. And now you have teenage sumo iguana.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
That was beautiful.
And he was trained by a guinea pig that was also involved in the mutation. And its name is Sliver.
Okay.
There you go. That was pretty much just that's your dollar store version. What do you got? You got anything better?
What do I got?
What do you got?
Not really at all. Maybe the guy was paranoid. His first thought was, I don't own any iguanas, and then he was just like, 911. Somebody's put a iguana in my toilet.
To spy on me.
Sure, just for anything. He all he knows is he doesn't own an iguana. There's an iguana in his house.
And it's spying on him. And Oprah and Arnold Schwarzenegger have teamed up, and they are sending microwave radiation to this man's house. And it is causing his skin to melt. And has the main source is the bright green iguana, which acts as a receiver for these intense microwaves in order to melt this man's skin and eyeballs. There you go.
That too. I'm just thinking, like horse in the head, like horse head in the bed.
Oh,
iguana in the toilet. I'm thinking that is what has happened here. And so the man.
That does make sense. That would be like if it was like the Bolivian mafia or something, like a tropical climate mafia. Instead of horses, they put tropical lizards in your toilet.
Yeah,
that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, he should have delivered that meth. He should have delivered the meth, because that's your primary goal of being the Florida man, is you have to deliver the meth. That is primary directive, Florida man. Deliver the meth.
Listen up, kids.
If you aspire to be a Florida man, just remember, deliver the meth.
Always deliver the meth.
Deliver it.
No matter what the situation is. If somebody was promised meth.
Don't go into business for yourself. Otherwise, you will find an iguana or a chameleon in your toilet, and you don't want that. You don't want that. Anyways. Tonight we are drinking. That was a terrible. We've got two little things. They are from the Twisted Shotz company. We got Miami Vice and Porn Star. Since Florida man and porn stars, they go together like a horse and carriage.
Yeah.
That's what we are drinking tonight. Just some simple little shots. So it is a shots galore. Shots galore on this lovely episode of Best of the Bottom. These it was for a pack of 4. They were $6.19 for a pack of 4 at Kelly's Liquor. And they are 20% alcohol per volume. And that's kind of the story I got on these. So you want to go Miami Vice or the Porn Star first? And it looks like the Miami Vice is strawberry daiquiri, which is made with vodka, natural flavors, and certified color. And then it has pina colada, which is rum, vodka, and cream with natural and artificial flavors. That's the Miami Vice. So it's like a pina colada and a strawberry daiquiri combined. And
I would think the Porn Star would have the cream, but instead it's the Miami Vice that has the cream.
That is true.
They messed this one up. They should have just switched.
Yeah.
That's my critique right off the bat. Named these wrong.
Somebody missed the mark there. A Porn Star should have the cream. And the flavors of this is raspberry, vodka with artificial flavors, and blue I can't read this. I'm getting old. Blue Caraco
or maybe
liqueur.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. Porn star or Miami Vice? What sounds the most interesting?
I think this one's going to be tastier. So let's do
porn star first.
Porn star first. Yeah.
All right. And then you can save these little shot glasses later on if you want to try to mix your own twisted beverages.
In high school, I used to have a bunch of these. I just gotta stop mentioning that I drink so much.
We don't encourage underage drinking.
High school.
But you see, in high school, I drank a lot of booze that I shouldn't have been. But yeah, Jesus.
But
would somebody please think of the children?
And then everybody would keep the shot glasses because we were cool.
Yeah, cool kids drinking beers and twisted thingies.
Bring these to the house party and be like, look, I just introduced a new element. You can put 2 shots in here, motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not 2 shots, but 2 flavors.
Yeah. To be the cool kid. That was kind of unpleasant.
I liked it. It tastes like a popsicle, like one of those tubey popsicles, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe if I had chilled them first, it might have been better, but I don't know. I'm not a big fan of blue raspberry flavored stuff these days. Maybe it's coming to be an old man. And I'm just, crusty and crotchety. It's very possible. But I was not digging it so much.
It reminded me of my childhood in 2 ways: popsicles and just drinking.
Popsicles and drinking. So childhood.
I would say nostalgia, wonderful, tasty.
Nostalgia always does taste better.
Best time of my life, sure.
Rose-colored glasses. Yeah. And all that whatnot. Well, shall we get on to the booze and the news, and then we'll get into then we'll do our second shot of the Miami Vice. So I found this article. Actually, I thought I failed and did not find any booze in the news, but I forgot. I found this article right after the last podcast. So an Ohio brewery owner is back on an all-beer diet and raising money for charity. So what this man has done is he decided to give up everything except for beer for Lent. And his name is Del Hall. He has a little GoFundMe doing like virtual tips. He's trying to raise money for hospitality, not Lent. Did I say Lent? I meant Lent. Whatever. Don't judge me.
I didn't question it.
Maverick did. What a dick. But yeah, so he's got his he's got a little website, Sergeant Dell's virtual tip jar. It's on a GoFundMe, and he's trying to raise $50,000 to go directly to staff of bars and restaurants that have been not able to work or short money during this whole global situation we have going around us here. And so what he has decided to do is he is completely giving up everything. He's living solely off of beer. And apparently he is let's see. He's already lost some weight. He's lost 20 pounds. Or was this from last one? Yeah, no, he's already lost 23.1 pounds since he's been doing this all beer diet. And he has raised $3,600 so far.
Oh, man. I thought it was going to be more for some reason. I was like, look at this man doing the Lord's work. I thought it was going to be in the, I don't know. But that's amazing. That is a man after my own heart. Like, that is.
So this.
I believe it. I mean.
This is the day 1 and day 14 of an all beer diet. So yeah, he's dropped some poundage. Maybe that's what I need to do. Just saying.
I mean, I highly suggest it.
I mean, why not? You only live once.
I can't argue with those results. So. No, that's funny. I enjoy that.
Maverick's being dramatic. I've heard of what a dick so many times. Well, under a state of duress. He doesn't want to be objectified. He's a human. Jesus. What a dick. We love you, Maverick. Yeah, so this man is really doing the Lord's work. He's raising money for people. He's doing the right thing and giving up real food and just drinking booze. And yeah, so that's the new thing, the beer diet. And apparently, like he's not just sitting around just drinking all day long. So from what I understand, he's been doing just he'll do like 3 to 4, maybe 5 beers a day. You know, change it up, do some different beers. You know, maybe he'll have like an amber ale, or have himself a Guinness, or a stout. Just kind of change it up here and there. It's like you don't just eat fried chicken every day. So
when we start getting into the logistics of it, it sounds more douchier. I just like it when this dude's just like drinking, just drinking beer.
Well, the man still has a business to run. He can't just be completely schnockered all day.
What does he do again?
He runs a brewery.
No.
Maybe he could be schnockered all day. I don't know. I don't know.
Just imagine beer for me isn't like beers definitely add up, but they have to add up. Like beers don't get me drunk, but they fill me up right away. So I'm like, if he's not eating, that's fine. He's fine. Like I would drink I don't even know. I don't even think it'd have to be a tall boy, and I would be full and I wouldn't have to drink another. If his point is just trying to sustain himself, I just can't imagine when he quits how the hangover he's going to have. He's an alcoholic for life. This man literally became an alcoholic for these people. All right. He's our hero. And
that's true. That is real human sacrifice in order to raise money for those that have been suffering, or have been deemed non-essential, during this pandemic. So, you know what? Good on this guy. Strong work. This is his second year doing this, because I guess he did it last year too. He did an all beer diet for Lent and raised some money. I think last year, the article said he raised like $5,000, but he's on it again. A fucking hero. Del Hall. You
Del Hall.
Our hero. Was it Bud Light or Budweiser needs to make one of those real American hero things just for him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. Real American hero. So that was our booze in the news. I think it was
that was really good. That was enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
Was lighthearted. I loved it.
That made my heart soar.
This guy he's doing some good things with his life. He really is. I'm proud of him.
Me too.
You want to try some Miami Vice? Well, I guess what? Miami Vice could have cream too, because Vice does focus on like prostitution.
Yeah, but I mean,
it sounds more appropriate with a porn star. Or why not both? Why not both? Why does only one have to have cream?
I mean, yeah. I mean, technically, anything could have a little cream on the side, but
yeah, there's. Why are we limiting this? You know, it's a brave new world out there. Why are we limiting to cream to just Miami Vice related things? But of course, Miami Vice did have a lot of cocaine stuff, so you know, the whiteness kind of reflects the cocaine trade.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, because cocaine was Florida's thing until meth took over. But I'm sure Miami's still rocking the cocaine pretty hard. They got a lot of nightclubs up there and some people with money. Mallory, do you have something to say about cocaine in Miami? Huh? I think she does. Mallory, what's your opinions on cocaine in Miami?
Yes.
That's her opinion. Cocaine in Miami.
Like cocaine
I guess she approves. So, to Miami Vice?
To Miami Vice.
I didn't see the movie.
I don't know.
Not too bad. I do think these would be better chilled.
One of them is tastier than the other, but I can't.
I'm going to go with the Miami Vice is much tastier than the other. Like,
well, the pina colada stuff in there is yummy, yummy, but then the daiquiri is not super tasty.
Yeah. Well, for me, it's
this just tastes like a popsicle. So
I don't know. I don't like I'm not a big fan of the blue raspberry. That's my issue with it. I feel like the blue raspberry is just, it's a bit much. A little over the top for me. I'll pass on the blue raspberry. I think I would go with the Miami Vice. And they have a lot more flavors. Apparently they have buttery nipples. They got sex on the beach. They got other sexual innuendo named beverages. And I would say if you put them in the fridge to chill for a little bit and then take these shots, it'd be
they'd definitely be better. Both of them would be 1,000 times better cold.
Yeah. I should have chilled them. But what can you do? I made my choice and I'm living with it.
Well, I always enjoy warm alcohol. So for the most part, I'd rather not have ice in my drink but that might be the alcoholic in me speaking. Just being get that ice shit out of my way. I just want liquid.
Don't water down my beverage. I want all the booze to myself. Give it all to me. Booze away.
Especially in public. Like, I cannot do margaritas. I'm like, hello, I'm here. This is so anxiety full. Just pump me full of something that's not full of ice.
Why is there ice and lime in this margarita? Why is there not more tequila? What is this dog barking about? I guess maybe he wants more tequila too.
Well, maybe the mistake was giving him some tequila in the first place.
Damn. That's why I went wrong. My plan was foiled. I don't give my dog tequila. Jesus Christ. PETA. Don't even start. And I don't give my Mallory cocaine either.
Tequila is supposed... Yes, you do. Look at that.
I do not.
Mallory looks like a cocaine dog.
Mallory's the cocaine dog. That's how her nose got so short.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, her eyes are bugging too because she's like so wired. Like,
just like Artie Lang, his nose got all flat from too much cocaine.
You know what? I actually like his new nose.
The flat nose?
It gives him a different. No, because he's got, it's kind of like a nose like mine now. It's just kind of like a bulbous isn't the word, but you know what I mean? Like it's like round.
Yes,
kind of
but
thing.
but you still have structural integrity to your nose.
Yeah, I mean that's not super great, but I like the shape. I like it. I like his nose.
Okay.
He had a nice nose when it was a real nose, but his nose now isn't as horrifying as it was when it first dropped. When it first dropped, it was a little scary to look at Artie Lang. But he looked, well, I don't know what he's doing now. I heard he's back running amok, but I don't know if that's true.
I don't know. I honestly haven't followed.
I want nothing but the best for Artie Lang.
Yes. Nothing but the best.
Last time I checked, he was sober, but I heard on a podcast the other day that somebody said he wasn't. So I don't know.
It's hard to say. It's like kind of the back and forth with Bam Margera.
Oh my God, that makes my soul hurt so bad.
Yeah.
Did we talk about that on here already? Did we see that? Or have I just been talking about it so much because that does break my fucking heart?
I don't know. I don't know if we've talked about Bam Margera, but yeah, he's...
dude, I'm assuming you saw the videos, right?
I've seen some of them. I don't know if I've seen any recent ones.
Like the one where he just starts puking? Tossing the lunch monkey?
I don't think I've seen it.
Because he's talking about how they kicked him off and how nobody loves him and
I do.
Stuff and
I've heard about that.
He has to do, and then all of a sudden he's just puking, and then he's like in the middle of asking for money so he could go do his own like fantastic show, and he just starts just tossing the lunch monkey all like, and then he just pulls up and he's just like,
who the fuck cares if I'm drunk as hell or not anymore? Jackass has put me through fucking hell.
This on
fucking wheels for a year and a half, keeping me in Pennsylvania. I couldn't leave if I left, or else I had to breathe in the sobriety link at 3 o'clock every day, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock. Then a random beep would go off no matter where I was at.
I feel like
to fucking stop whatever I was doing and go to an urgent care to go piss.
Yeah.
Then I had to wake up every day with a handful of.
He looks so old now, though.
I would have to show Paramount.
He looks just like his mama. 1,000% like his mama.
Every single day.
And like Phil. Phil and his mom, 100%.
Yeah.
As fuck, since
he's working on Don Vito.
If he had he's gonna
give him a couple of years
one day and not have any internet reception. He's gonna sleep through one or two. He's got like people. They set me up with such a fucking hard mission that, and then COVID happened for a year against anyone's knowledge. Like, so now I just spend $90,000 in a rehab for 90
so rough
days
for this poor guy
at my expense. I had to go to 30 days.
It's so stressful because, like, it's definitely, you're listening to an alcoholic complain about ways they're trying to make him better his life.
Yeah.
It's like so sad to me about it because it's like, yeah, dude, but you're in a bad place. Like, you're complaining about stuff. Like, the reason this was never going to work is because he doesn't want to do it. He just doesn't want to do it. Like,
yeah.
He's doing it to be a part of this thing. Everything he is naming off, it's not bad. It wouldn't be awful to have to stop. I mean, it would be an inconvenience if you weren't on alcohol, but like not on alcohol. I mean, that sounds dumb, but you know what I mean? Like, if
he's on the alcohol again.
Pull over and pee and not worry about what we're going to test.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're on this because you're just an alcoholic, dude, and they're trying to maintain you so you can work on this thing, and he's just bitching about how nobody cares about him.
Yeah.
And they're just trying to get himself on track.
Yeah, just get his life back together. All right, let me
feel. The last thing I want to do is be in a courtroom with Jeff fucking Tremaine. I love him. What the fuck, man? I'm not in Jackass 4. If anybody cares about me, don't go see their movie because I will make mine way fucking radder if you just Venmo me $1. Just $1. If you send $100, I'll remember your name and write it down and striggle it.
Poor
More
dude.
than that, and I'll do more. But £10 and fucking
More, send me more than that, and I'll do more.
everything to me.
Oh, it's-
Dad, now I'm so relieved that
oh, oh, this poor dude.
Dude, and there's another one where he just
fuck you, Knoxville. Fuck you, Spike. Fuck you, Jeff.
like, this is so sad to me, but it's also just like, you know, like, oh, it's like definitely somebody being drunk. I mean, it's just alcohol, dude. I mean, I know this is an alcohol show, but
it's
my God.
Well, he's you know, he's just went off the rails too hard, man. He went way too hard. Having
dealt with my
Maverick just sums it all up. Pam looks terrible.
It is bad.
It really is.
He's just, I don't know. You know, I'm not shocked that this is where he's at today, but at the same time, I'm just like, come on, everybody else in Jackass is like really.
Yeah. Well,
they've done their things. This is their. I really want him to bounce back from this, like so bad. And I'm like, the sooner the better. Like, I know it's gonna take time, but like, you know.
Yeah,
I could wish that better, dude. Like, it just bums me out.
From what I understand, is he kind of went off the rails after Ryan Dunn's accident and he passed away. I just don't think Bam has ever officially dealt with that grief, and I think that's kind of where he's gone off, and he needs to figure out how to deal with the grief of losing his closest friend. I think that's kind of where he's at right now, and it's just sad to see.
Yeah, it breaks my heart.
Jesus Christ, Maverick! Oh my God. I don't know if I want to click on this. Here's Maverick's comment. Can you read that? Do you read that? Yeah.
Yeah, it was a done deal after that.
Oh God.
That was a good one.
I don't know.
That's what my heart needed.
Jesus
I was sad.
Christ.
The Ryan. That. Which one do you want? The porn star again, or the? It doesn't matter.
I guess yeah. I'll go with the porn star. I'd rather get the one that I hate out of the way.
I still think this is.
Yeah, I mean, last I heard, I think Ryan Dunn. I guess Bam is back doing something decent with his life. I don't know. It's kind of a back and forth situation.
Well, Bam?
I don't know. Yeah, I haven't read the latest updates, but that poor bastard. I just
saw because he posted. Cheers to
cheers.
Done deal.
I don't know if I want cheers to that.
Thank you. Yes. Nope. That made me good. Chuckle. That was nice.
Oh, I still don't like that one. I don't like it. Oh.
Okay. Well, it has like a very.
It's just too.
Flavor is at the end.
It's just too strong of a flavor for me. Altogether, I think that's my problem. It's just too much all at once. And it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming with the raspberry flavor and all that stuff.
Yeah.
It's a done deal.
But it is a lot. Like the first time I feel like, I don't know, maybe I should have shook the other one up or something, but mine was really hard.
How are we going to shake it up?
Crayon. Do you like how I said it like that? Do you know why crayon sounds so unnatural when I say it? Because I say crayon. It's a crayon, damn it. Not a crayon. Every time I say crayon, it sounds like I'm an alien because I don't say that word. That doesn't exist. It's crayon. Crayola. I'll say Crayola is better. I'm better at saying that than crayon.
Crayola reminds me more of grandma when she tried not to cuss and she says crapola. That's what every time that's what Crayola reminds me of. My grandma not trying to cuss. That's a bunch of Crayola. So, are we done talking about Bam's sad lifestyle and move on to another disaster? Or do you want to go on to... Actually, you know what? Real quick, before we shift over, since we've been taking shots, I just got to... So, I just came off of like a 36-hour shift. And I was working with, let's see, it would have been Saturday night. So Saturday night, me and Chris are working together, extreme, for when he's in the stream. I think he's actually working 24 right now, so he's probably at home asleep. But so we go over to Wendy's. We're sitting there trying to order some food in the drive-thru because, you know, we can't go inside and order stuff. So we're in the ambulance outside, and all of a sudden we hear this, and like, oh, we look at each other like, what the fuck was that? Was that a gunshot? And we're like, and just as we're looking at each other trying to sort it out, we hear another shot, and then we hear a, and it ricocheted off the building right near us. And that was fucking crazy. Yeah. That was some crazy ass shit. I haven't had gunshots fired to me that closely since July when we had a drive-by across the street.
That's crazy.
Dude, that was crazy. So we had to radio it in, and we're like, oh shit, there were shots fired, and kind of got everybody in the uproar. But I just want to share that with you. You know, I'm still alive. Since we're taking shots, I just want to talk to you about some shots that came my way. It was some crazy shit. Like, I still don't know if somebody was shooting at us, shooting near us, or shooting at somebody else. Honestly, I have no idea. But that had me. I'm already kind of a paranoid individual as it is. But all damn weekend, I've been like extra paranoid.
Yeah, I mean, I did hear you say, I hope. Oh, goodness. I hope those weren't shots again today when we were over by your house, and I was like, again.
Yeah, again. There's been too many gunshots over here in this neighborhood. In this general area.
I'm not surprised, but
I mean, and of course, too, where the Wendy's that we was at, yo, was just down the street from my house.
Mm-hmm.
At first I was wondering if there were fireworks until I heard the ricochet, Maverick. Because that's what we weren't sure of at first. But when we heard the ricochet, that's when it was confirmation that it was gunshots. Now, earlier today, when we heard a bunch of noises, I was like, that could be fireworks. But then again, there was a drive-by across the street in July, so who knows? Who knows?
I literally dismissed it as the sound of asses clapping. True fact. But it wasn't like one of those things where it's like, oh, that sounds like bullets. It just made me think of like, I don't know, like on a like, I don't know, some sort of like rump rattling beat.
Somebody just got out of hand.
Yeah, like it sounded like a snare trap thing more to me, I guess is what I'm saying. So, but he just stood there. Deborah, I got in the car, and then Deborah was like, "I think Justin's broken," and then he's like, gunshots again. And I was just like, "Oh." I heard him, and I was just, having a jolly old day. I heard them. They registered, but I did not care. I did not think anything of it.
Ugh, Jesus, Maverick, that is a terrible joke. He doesn't watch WWE anymore, so I never hear Ricochet. Wah, wah. Two monsters down. I feel alive now. Nope. Sorry, Mallory. I just nudged Mallory out of her sleepful bliss. I apologize. So, you want to move on to the Hammer scandal?
Oh yeah. I was like, the Hammer scandal.
Yes. Not the MC Hammer scandal, the Armie Hammer scandal. I forgot. I want to talk about this because I came across, it was on one of the YouTube's channels. They were talking about Armie Hammer and his debaucherous lifestyle, shall we say, in a kindest way possible. Then, what have you heard about his scandal? I want to hear. What do you remember?
So what I've heard is that he was talking to some ladies, and he mentioned he wants to keep one of these ladies' pinky toes in his pocket and carry it around with him. And then that he's talked about wanting to eat people, or these ladies that he's talking about. And then that they found some dead bodies by like some project that he was working on. It was like within 50 miles of wherever this construction site he was working on. So it's like,
yeah, I do.
It's kind of a stretch, but everybody's been like, I think there were 3 females or something like that. So they're trying to connect him to that too.
Yeah, there was 3 women involved. I did hear a little bit about that one, but what I first heard about is, I guess, this one of his ex-girlfriends had come forward, and she was talking about his obsession with BDSM and how things have slowly gotten out of control, and he kept asking her to go see it. I guess he had been looking for a doctor that would remove 2 of her ribs, and then he could take it home and put it in a barbecue, cook it up, and eat them. And he was kept trying to get her to do this, and he was doctor shopping, trying to find a cosmetic surgeon that would be willing to remove her ribs, and so he could eat them and make her watch. And then he.
So they're saying he legitimately, like.
Yeah. This is from.
Eat somebody?
This is from one of his former girlfriends that was talking about that. He kept talking about it and saying he was trying to find a doctor that'd be willing to do it. And then on, I think it was a Thanksgiving holiday or something like that, they were visiting family, and he started talking about he wants to carve his name into her somewhere, which would, and he kept saying it would be for a sign of devotion or romance or some shit. And
I don't know what's going on, but you're cutting in and out for me and like pausing. So I'm getting bits and pieces of stuff.
Okay. So from what I understand, do I still sound okay for you? Can you hear me? Is your internet crapping out?
Yeah.
Diane, am I losing you?
You could be.
Diane, can you hear me? Can you hear me, Diane?
You're doing better now.
Radio dispatch. Do you know who this is? Nah, who this is?
Oh.
Yeah, you look a little glitchy on my end. Are you still there? Are you not glitching?
Yeah.
You occasionally.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. But occasionally you do this weird, ghost, like, you know how like in scary movies where like sitting there and then all of a sudden they're like all like if we sit there and all of a sudden you're all kind of. All right.
Nice. Are my superpowers blossoming?
Maybe. You turn into a possessed person.
That to be true.
Your powers are easily possessed by evil spirits.
Oh, damn it. That feels like something I get. I'd be like, what's her butt? That one from Suicide Squad? I can't remember.
What's her butt from Suicide?
The whole reason for the Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, that movie?
I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, it's not. That movie's not worth remembering.
What was that witch's name?
I don't remember.
Right. I know it's like hard, but I don't know.
All right. So now that you can hear me, from what I understand about the Armie Hammer story is, did you hear the part about he was searching for a doctor to have his girlfriend's ribs removed so he can put them in a smoker and barbecue them and eat them in front of her? Did you hear that part?
Put them in a what?
He wanted to cook. He wanted to have a doctor remove the lower ribs, and then he was going to put them in.
Okay, but put them in a what?
Like a smoker, like a barbecuer. He was going to cook them up, like put some barbecue sauce on them, slather those ribs up, and just eat them just like that. And he wanted her to watch. So he was obsessed with doing this, and he kept trying to convince her to go see this doctor, and he'd remove her ribs, and then he could eat them. And then on a holiday visiting family, he kept talking. He wanted to carve his name into her, and at first she thought he was joking, but he kept insisting. And then at some point, he just grabbed a knife and started carving an A right above her vagina. And then I guess she stalked him at that point, and she posted pictures all over the social medias of an A above her vagina, saying that he carved into her and everything. So that's kind of a part of the scandal too. But I guess I guess all the other messages were coming out, and that's when she was like a Olympic athlete.
I don't know if we're back or not back or what's happening.
What happened? Oh shit.
I don't know. My whole thing went down for a second.
So did you miss my whole story again?
Maybe. I don't fucking know. I just heard you know, he's been eating bitch or trying to eat this bitch, and then, you know.
And then he's trying to carve his name into her vagina.
And the vagina thing, and the vagina thing,
yeah. That's kind of the short end of it, as far as that goes. Like, because I guess all the tweets and the messages that came through about all this situation kind of led her to come forward. She was I think an Olympic skier, and then turned model. She was the one that came forward talking about all this stuff, and there's just been all kinds of shit coming forward. But apparently, this goes back all the way through the family, because
what, cannibalism?
Armie Hammer. Well, just
cannibalism?
Crazy ass shit in general, going back to I think his father and great grandfather. It's a whole family history of crazy weird shit. It was Casey Hammer, who was Armie Hammer's aunt. She wrote a book called Surviving My Birthright. And she talks about Armie Hammer's dad, Michael Hammer. And he like would have all these crazy drug fueled parties and all kinds of crazy shit. There was like, at one point they used to put, oh, hey, Aguilar 615 gave us a follow. Hello. Thank you. Hello. I appreciate you giving us the follow and jumping in here. But so he would have all these crazy drug parties, and at one point he I could have guessed it was you. That's what I thought. It's Anthony. I didn't want to make any assumptions, but it is Anthony. I appreciate you jumping in and give us the watch and a follow. And yes, we do need to collaborate. So many things that need to be done in so little time. So little time. But thank you, man. I really appreciate you jumping in here. It's nice to see, well, I guess to see your words, since you can see us, we can't see you. You know, that's how like Twitch works, I guess. Maverick, it's Anthony. See? There you go. Oh, Maverick. Being the smartest guy in the room again. So, what was I talking about on this history of the Hammer family? We'll let them communicate in the chat there. They can catch up. So, in the meantime, so he would have all these drug parties, and at one point, I guess Michael, the father of Armie Hammer, or no, the father of Michael Hammer and Casey Hammer, he would have these crazy drug parties, and at one point he had Casey Hammer. He would put like stuff on top of her head and have his methed up friends start trying to shoot shit off of her head. And at one point, I guess there was this whole like armed robbery takeover of the residence. It was on the news and everything. And Casey had come home, and he was walking through, and some girl was dressed like a ghost, armed with a knife. And Casey had run past her, and she grabbed her by the hair and was threatening to kill her. And all this crazy ass.
Dressed like a ghost. What does that mean?
She was wearing a sheet with eye holes cut out, dressed like a ghost.
Okay, I was like, because that's what I was hoping for.
That's exactly what it was.
But I was imagining also like Victorian too. Like,
yes. But she has a whole book called Survive My Birthright, where she just talks about all these crazy ass stories.
That probably that might have been something traumatizing for that person, but I was like, please let it be a boo.
That's exactly what it is. But I guess there was this whole like hostage situation, and finally Michael's crazy ass, he decided, he looked at him and he said, look, you're either gonna kill me or you're not, but either ways I'm leaving. So he just got up and he started walking outside, and they were like, oh shit. And then they never shot him, and that's how they got out of that hostage situation. And there's this whole debacle. Like there's just hundreds of stories where Casey talks about in this whole book. I found it was one of those rabbit hole situations again. So I was watching all the stuff, and then the Armie Hammer stuff came through, and apparently Casey Hammer has this book, and she did an interview on was it Juicy Scoop, which is one of these little, it's a YouTube entertainment business talk show, whatever shit. And she was on that, and she talks about like all kinds of drug abuse, you know, all the abuse she suffered. I guess Michael somehow swindled his way into Armand, who's the grandfather of everybody, and took the entire inheritance and swindled everything away from everybody. And there's this whole big crazy catastrophe of shit that's happened throughout the family. You know, people killing each other, and I guess there was sexual abuse. I guess Michael used to sexually abuse Casey, and so I guess the whole thing is when she saw the stuff coming about Armie Hammer, she was like, "Oh, well, yeah, that's kind of what goes on in this family, is crazy, horrible shit."
That's rough. I mean, that's
yeah. So she wrote the book.
Is this good? Because this is my thing. Like, I was like, oh, dude, this is crazy. All these rumors, blah, 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 blah. But if this turns out to be like a legitimate thing, like that this dude is like, we find out like he's like really dumping bodies, eating bitches. Like, dude.
I know. And that's the thing is when they were talking about that stuff too, I was like, oh shit, are they? Maybe he was involved. Maybe he was killing some hookers while he was making whatever movie it was. I don't know. But
I mean, like, I don't know.
I mean, how many times do you hear about like the ultra rich have some crazy ass shit going on behind the scenes?
Well, because I'm like, if it's a kink, okay. Cool, but if he's like, but there is the part of me that's like, okay, you're seriously, it's one thing to talk about like, hey, I'm gonna eat your ribs and all that shit, and then actively looking for a doctor to remove your lady's ribs, like that's
yeah
that's a little bit too much. But I'm like, okay, you know, do your thing. Like I don't mind. If you're into that kind of shit, cool. If you can find a chick who's into that kind of shit, cool. But you know, like, don't come creeping out here into the rest of society trying to like trying to eat bitches. Like,
yeah, trying to get some smoked ribs off of some chick. You know what I mean? That's just that's some crazy ass stuff. But yeah, I was surprised. It goes back a long way. But I would definitely recommend checking out the interview on that, the Juicy Scoops. I never heard of her, but I watched just the interview part just to see what Casey Hammer had to say. And damn, bro, I might actually check out the book. They have it on Audible too. And she just gets in depth into all the stuff that has happened. I mean, there was just scandal after scandal after scandal. I mean, just, you know, getting into the will and taking everybody's money. Murder, mayhem. I mean, it's got movie written all over it.
Yeah, well, I was just thinking. I mean,
Lifetime movie.
What's that? Been done. 50 Shades of Grey. Like, I was just thinking that's what this guy's whole thing is. He's that dude.
It might have been actually an autobiography.
So, I'm just kind of like, okay,
just toned down, you know. Less cannibalism, all just, you know, sex torture.
I think there's even like videos for that, like porn stuff where it's like you can watch like a chick being eaten or like.
Well, there's lots of videos of chicks being eaten.
So I think like,
but there's.
Oh, look at you. Would you like to take this last shot?
Sure. Let's get some Miami Vice. Oh, yes. This is Sheila. Everybody comments on Sheila back here. Every time I'm doing a live stream playing some games, like, oh, who's your friend in the back? Who's Sheila?
It's a perfect name, really.
Yes. You can't see DJ Heimlich, though. You also can't really see Reginald too well, the announcer that we haven't used in forever. Oh. Sheila, you're becoming famous. And Anthony says hello. Oh, damn it. Didn't work. She says hello. To Sheila. All right. And that is the last of the funky shots. Ooh. I still think that one's better than the porn star, though. Miami Vice is better.
Yeah, I've switched.
I knew it.
One changed my mind.
I knew it. I knew it. Oh yeah, we go for the ASMR on here.
Sorry. Instant apology. Sorry.
The way of the future. It really does. It really brings in the drinking experience of friends and family. You know, especially in time
right in your fucking ear.
Well, especially in times like this, you can get onto Zoom or whatever, and you can have a nice little drinking party and still be in the safety of your own room or home or whatever. Especially if you have a Sheila. I don't know what the hell that noise was, but that was loud. I hope the dog didn't knock anything over. But I don't have anything more on the Hammer family. That was all I had for it. I mean, honestly, there's a lot.
You knew so much.
There's a lot more out there. I mean, I could go through the articles. It's just like, because I mean, apparently this goes all the way back to Armie's great-great-grandfather, Dr. Julius Hammer, who had given a abortion to a Russian. Yes, Dr. Julius Hammer. He had given an abortion to the wife of a Russian diplomat, and then she died. And then she died. And so then he was convicted of first-degree manslaughter. And then Armie Hammer, or no. Yes, it was Armie Hammer. Instead of taking over the family practice of being a doctor, he came to the United States and he took over. It was a pharmaceutical business, and during that time, he started making friends with Joseph Stalin, because Stalin was trying to get into the American business practices and everything. And then, of course, everything went sideways after World War II. And so Armand had to separate himself from the communists. And it, like, the scandals go back generations.
I mean, yeah.
Murder, mysteries, and mayhem. That really is the family.
Have we seen them all like in the same room, or is this all one vampire's like evil doing? Like,
maybe they're actually a family of vampires.
What's up? Yeah.
They could be descendants of Vlad the Impaler. We don't know. We don't know. It would actually make a lot of sense if that was what was going on here. It really would. Do you have any other exciting news to talk about? I already talked about being shot at, so.
Well, definitely nothing to talk about, you know? Life's been pretty plain. Just getting migraines left and right. So that feels like I've been shot at, but nothing.
Nothing that exciting?
No.
Well then, I guess shall this be a wrap a little early on this this little podcast? Well,
sounds good. Well,
I really don't have opinion on Taylor Swift winning a Grammy. I guess good for her. I'm not a Swiftie.
Yeah, I avoid her music, so I don't.
Well,
it's not my type, so like I don't know what she's winning a Grammy for.
The only experience I have with the Taylor Swift and the Swiftie world is a certain ex-girlfriend that we prefer not to talk about.
Maybe you prefer not to talk about.
So, but you know, it could be rigged. It really could be. I mean, I feel like a lot of things in life are rigged. She's the Tom Brady of winning Grammys. That's what it is. She's just running around deflating footballs, so she wins a Grammy. Fucking ball deflator. Hey, you know what? That's probably what she does do. She is a ball deflator in more ways than one. I almost revealed Bazongas O'Shea's nipples.
We need to get something for her bazooms.
I know. I keep saying that.
Either like stickers, or I'll try and make her some pasties.
Maverick says
tassels.
People watching the Grammys, award shows are faker than pro wrestling. That is probably very accurate. It's all predetermined. They have that shit sorted out way in advance. Way in advance. Oh. I think I'm running out of steam. Those two monsters are taking a lot out of me. I just want to say I do not recommend 36-hour shifts. I don't. Oh, by the way, did you know our cousin is an EMT?
Which one?
Kayla?
No, I had no clue.
I didn't know that either. I saw her post on Facebook that she was doing a 72-hour shift. And I was like, why are you doing a 72-hour shift? But apparently her 72-hour shifts are not like mine. They're a little bit more broken up and less miserable. Goodbye, Anthony. Appreciate you jumping in. Love you too. And we'll definitely hit you up. We do want to do some collabs. Definitely need to hit. I still need to figure out what to do with the podcast where you came on and I totally fucked up the audio. Maybe we'll have you on and do one of these StreamYard ones and have the audio not fuck up this time. That would be fun. Let's not fuck up the audio. But you know what? You know, we lived, we learned, we got loves. We're better for it. So I'll shoot you a text and we'll see about doing something maybe sooner than later, because we'll be doing this every Monday at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. Best of the bottom class people drinking bottom shelf booze. There you go. There's our tagline. And I think we'll give this a little wrap up here, because I think I'm gonna go the fuck to bed. I ain't gonna lie. I am still struggling. I was so fucking delirious. I was talking to you earlier, Diane, when I was saying I was getting that delirious, like half asleep as we were running to a call, and I almost looked at my partner and was like, Chris, do you think this patient's a communist? And then while I was writing the report later on, I almost put, instead of loss of appetite, I almost put associated with the Antichrist. So, that kind of sleep deprivation leads to some dumb mistakes. I'm really hoping I did not. I'll
be honest, though. If I was reading that report, I would appreciate that tad bit of information being included. Associated with the Antichrist. I'd be like, oh, thank you. That was
patient states are associated with the Antichrist.
I will proceed with caution.
That would be good to know. So I think we're going to give this a wrap up here. We're at an hour, 16 minutes. I think we did something. I don't know what we did. I hope it was appreciated. But if you like this sort of thing, you can find us at theparacoproductions.com. It has links to all the social media and everything else. We also have the audio versions available at bestofthebottom.podbean.com. If you just want to listen to us rant and rave over your airwaves, you can do that too. And we also are on YouTube. So if you're watching us on the catch-up, give us a like, share, subscribe, help get this thing going, help us grow, and we can make a lot more fun, ridiculous things. So with that all being said, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you for dropping in, giving us a listen, give us a watch. We're going to be live here on Twitch every Mondays at 9 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So bring it in. Let's bring it in. And we will see you next time. Thank you for joining us. Tastes pretty good.